Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Quiver podcast. And guys, when was the last time we lost? Like this 2026? Like, seriously? Like,
Well,
I, I mean,
sa
okay,
baseball na lang. Sa
all right,
baseball na lang. Yun
okay,
yung last time na natalo tayo. That
okay,
I can
fine,
remember.
fine. With
Sa
other
Sige,
women's
sige.
century.
sports,
I-count natin yan. I-count natin yan.
sige, with other sports, may talo tayo. But with basketball and volleyball, yo, guys, we haven't lost in a UAAP sanctioned tournament this year so far, and long may it continue, long may it continue. But the big news today is that the men's team went undefeated in the 3x3 competition. And we had them on the last episode, and we're so happy to have had them. They talked to us about their mentality coming into it and all that jazz. And now, just a week later, actually, they're champions and bringing back another trophy to Taft Avenue. Coach Oji now officially has more championship trophies than Coach
Coach
Topex
T.
Robinson.
Grabe. Winning is coach. Winning is
Oo.
coach.
Hinawas
Kailangan sumagot ni Coach Topex.
Oo.
Oo.
So,
Oo. Oo. Kailangan.
oo.
Kaya nga si Coach Oji, sabi ko, mag-guess na siya. Kailangan na niya mag-guess.
Oo.
Kasi marami na siyang napapanalunan.
Oo.
Mas marami ka na napapanalunan kaysa kay Coach T. Kaya kailangan mo na mag-guess sa show.
Tama,
Sabi ko
tama.
ganun.
Coach Oji, we're waiting for you here. All right. Um, sige. Okay, later on in the game, later on in the episode, we'll talk about the women's volleyball. A very quick preview of the DLSU versus NU finals matchup. But before we go, let's give our flowers first to the men's team, the men's basketball team. Vic, talk about that NU game. We started the game. We started the day in the final four. We played NU, beat them 40-21. Yun yata,
Yeah.
no? Something like that. 40-21. Talk about the NU game very quickly, Vic.
Sa akin, it was medyo siya, hindi na, sorry, hindi ko alam kung ano yung, I would like to say easy, sorry Baka sabihin mayabang tayo dito eh. Pero, it was sige, sorry for the lack of better term, medyo, hindi, sabihin na lang natin comfortable. Yan, mas maganda pakinggan kaysa easy. It was comfortable win for us nung semis. We were able, kasi, I think bago natin gawin yon, I think overall, Pabs was such a mismatch the whole tournament. Kasi if you will recall, I think nung preview episode natin, we were talking about the lineups. I think binanggit din to ni Coach OG kanina when we were able to have a chat. Parang, yun nga, when yung four championships natin in 3x3 is, it comprised of different kinds of lineups May big, may small, may balanse. So 'di ba? Parang uh it for me personally, it seemed like teams tried to adjust every time. I mean yung championship lineup natin pagdating next year, teams are our opponents are anticipating that we're trying to field that same kind of lineup. So I think this season, kasi last year we showed that we are able to win a championship with an all-wing lineup. So most of the teams this year, if you'll notice, parang nag-all-wing, parang most of the time wing din yung mga wing lineup din yung nakakalaban natin, but sa kasamaang palad nila, we fielded a Pubs na that can so versatile, can play defense kung sino man yung nasa lineup ng kalaban, and at the same time fast enough. If you put a big inside, Pubs can easily take over because of his quickness and agility. So on that, not just on the NU game but overall, buong, kasi yung win natin against NU, for me, it's similar to how we won on the other games ng elimination round. we just took advantage of the speed, agility, versatility, and athleticism of Pubs against other opponents. Kasi pag malaki, naiiwan niya. Pag maliit, dinidikdik lang niya sa loob eh. So it's really um, pick your poison approach eh, for our opponent. So for that NU game kanina, it was really parang steady. Parang you just felt that we were able to build that lead early and we were able to coast to finish by I mean may time left and we scored already 21 points kasi sa to our viewers who are also just new to 3x3, even if there's time left, if you scored 21 points already, the game would be over. So yun, wala akong masyadong masabi against on that NU game, except that it's similar to how we quote unquote dominated the other elimination round games that we played.
Buti na lang wala si Palacelos.
Yun nga eh. Kasi kasi 'di ba no, 'di ba if you guys listened on the preview episode ng 3x3, binibiro na namin ulit si Earl eh. Kasi nung last season, kasi I think last year, season 87, may bigs yung ibang teams kasi when we won the championship season 86, we have Aaron Buensalida. May bigs tayo eh. Kaya nung season 87, they tried, I think si NU, nag-field sila ng Palacelo. Kasi they were hoping na, I mean yun nga, they are trying to anticipate what kind of lineup we're going to field in. So kaya ngayon, I think this season nangyari, puro wings naman yung pinapadala ng mga kalaban natin. But nag-pull si Coach Oji, syempre, being the championship coach that he is, ano siya ngayon. Sabi, pasok ko nga si Pubs kasi parang feeling ko puro wing yung mga makakalaban natin. Pasok tayo ng Pubs. So yun, nagkaroon ulit ng mismatch against the other opponents. Kaya ang ano is that siguro interesting to think ano magiging lineup composition ulit for next year kasi definitely teams will try to play and adjust. Considering Pubs can still play until next year. So interesting fact how our opponents will look like sa next edition ng ano natin 3x3 for season 89.
All right, and sige, maybe so after we won against NU, the finals happened later in the afternoon, and Brian, maybe let's start with you. Maybe let's talk about the game, but I think one of the things that got me curious, personally lang is Ateneo did have a great season last year, and maybe this is also for Vic to answer, right? Ateneo did have a great season last year. Like, they finished... Basta wala sila sa Final Four. Yun lang, yun ang maalala ko. Wala sila sa Final Four, okay? They finished somewhere, wala sila sa Final Four, okay?
Pinaganda mo pa eh.
Okay. And what I mean by that is, for a team that did not finish in the Final Four to end up all the way in the finals, and they only had 2 losses in the elimination round. Maybe Vic, Brian, talk about how different the 3x3 game is, and maybe mention how Ateneo got there. Then let's talk about the game. How did we beat Ateneo? And man, I was a little bit, it was a little too close for comfort for me personally. But maybe Brian, Vic, talk about it a little bit more.
What I liked about the finals game kanina against Ateneo was that the team still stuck to the way they play. Of course, experienced players sila against Ateneo. Who last year didn't have that remarkable campaign in the TX3. Gotta commend Ateneo kasi kahit paano they made it tough for Lasal to adjust. Nung una, syempre meron interior intention to attack, and then after a while they were starting to get some looks sa labas. And that's what carried them eh. Kasi ini-imagine ko may mga games na hindi papasok yun and mangyayari carnage yun eh, in favor of Lasal. Kasi nga ang laki natin and mobile big, mobile wing. Pag pinagsama mo and then may handles eh. Kahit si Pabs, solid na din yung handles niya eh. So
Yeah.
to me, it's a testament of player development sa Lasal na kaya sumabay sa ganito and madadala rin nila sa 5x5 kasi ano siya two-way, parang natatest yung pagiging two-way player mo and reading the game. Kahit sabihin mo half court siya. Kasi syempre iba rin yung itsura ng defense sa 5 at sa 3. But of course, they were playing the 3 in that tournament and maganda yung adjustment, chemistry na trabaho nila. Pablo didn't look out of place. In fact, deserving MVP nga siya. So, maganda yung adjustment talaga sa binabato ng Ateneo. Lalo na may sumisigaw sa taas yata sa Ateneo. Familiar face, maybe? You know him?
Bro! Bro!
Ikaw kaya maglaro, bro.
Gago kaya maglaro, bro.
Ayan, Vic.
Wait, sino yun? Sino yun?
Hindi, ano kasi, if I heard it correctly because I was just watching from TV kanina via Signal, kaya ano, Fountain Varsity Channel. I think it was, ano, Pato Nico Salvo was shouting, instructions from the second floor. Kasi ano siya nakuhanan siya ng camera and then I was really sabi ko, pucha, sino yung maingay sa, kasi his voice is really heard sa background. So if you watch it on TV, I think, even on Pilipinas Live, if you watch the game through Pilipinas Live, you'd definitely hear his voice. Medyo maingay siya he was telling instructions sa team niya kanina from the second floor. But I think Bri, are you okay before I add something?
Yeah, go. Okay naman na.
Sige. I think to add, I think to answer Gio's question, I think 3x3 is really a different kind of a breed kasi it's really fast and you really need agile players to, I mean, yung may mga players that really fit the 3x3 rules type of competition. Yung ano siya it's really kumbaga may chance ka maka-compete playing 3x3. Iba din yung level ng competition when you play 5x5 na mas maluwag but mas masikip din yung floor at the same time since 10 kayong naglalaro doon compared to 3x3 that you're playing only 6. So personally parang medyo mahirap din pati ano rin I think it also depends on the players na ni lineup ng mga teams for this tournament. So anyhow, parang hindi natin pwede sabihin na if poorly finished ng 5-on-5, they'd be having a challenging or difficult time playing sa 3x3 kasi magkaiba naman talaga siya. So there's always for you there's always a chance for you to do something special sa 3x3 since ano nga siya maraming pwedeng combinations for you to use na pag nag-click it will be enough for you to win the championship. So ayun, going back to the game, I think ang pinaka glaring sa akin really were the defensive lapses and mistakes that we did that allowed Ateneo to do their plays. Kasi nangyayari, there were instances kanina na we were trapping kasi ang Ateneo lagi lang silang they don't do really one-on-one kasi ang problem with Ateneo pag nag one-on-one they really can't create their shots on their own. Hindi yun yung strength nila. So lagi may it's either a ball screen action or handoff action from the top. So what happens there is if we yung ginagawa natin kanina na we are trapping the ball handler. Ginagawa lang ng mga ball handlers niya no Ateneo, tinatapon lang talaga literal paharap yung bola. That's why from there they were able to get points whether easy baskets from the inside or pag nagre-react tayo there's an open shooter na nakaka-score si Ateneo but when we did our adjustments na um we don't blitz the ball handler but instead naka may tao nang nakaman dun sa roller whether it's a handoff or ball screen may one of our players are already watching out or covering the roller So pag kami nakakuha na doon tao, since shot clock is winding down, I think there's only 12 seconds sa shot clock sa 3x3. So pagka na-cover mo na yung action ng handoff and ball screen, it will always end up na one-on-one shot creation wherein it's not Ateneo's strengths. Compared to us, na yun yung strength natin because our players can create their own shots. They are one-on-one. I think they are very, very good one-on-one players. So, we just took advantage of that kanina. Especially with Pubs, talagang walang kamatch. Hard fouls na yung ginagawa ni Ateneo kanina just to um, most likely take away Pubs from his game. But Pubs was just mentally tough kanina na kahit nasasaktan siya with those hard fouls. He was able to focus and still impose his will inside the paint. And yun, we just did, kung ano yung strengths din natin, medyo hindi okay tignan na puro one-on-one yung baskets natin kaya na. But I think for me personally, that's one of the ano rin naman ng 3x3 to be able to show your creativity. So I guess dapat whether it is on ball movement or whether it is you can break down your man one on one, it doesn't matter for as long as you scored. And I think that's where we really took advantage kanina. Si Earl, Pubs, si JC, if they can kung kaya nilang iwan yung bantay nila, iniiwan nila, bino-blow by nila. They played physical on offense. Every time na may magbabantay, binabangga-bangga nila sa low block before taking those shots. Higher percentage shots near the paint rather than dribble pull-up jumpers. Kasi si Ateneo naman, pag one-on-one, yun yung tendency nila. They really try to uh, puro dribble jump shot sila eh. If you leave them on ano ba to one on one isolation na situation yun, most likely that's what they'll do. And eventually nung nag 18-15 tayo, napansin ko nagpanic na si Ateneo. I think there's still time left but they just look for 2 points rather than nila utay-utayin nila na ilapit ng konti then play defense. And Ateneo just fell in love taking those outside shots na mas lalo nagpadali ng buhay natin en route to a record. I will always say it's a record since we're the only school na may 4-peat sa 5-on-5 and then another 4-peat sa 3x3. So that it shows how hoops is really yung hoop culture ni Lasal, especially in the seniors ranks, is really up there at the moment.
I think Brian wants to add something there. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry baka ma-offend lang ng konti si Vic. Baka yung Ateneo nanood ng Boston Celtics kaya puro,
Oo
puro
nga eh.
outside shot
Di
na.
nag-adjust eh. Di nag-adjust eh. Di, di nag-adjust si paring Joe eh. Ayaw ma-adjust eh. Live and die eh. Live and die. Kung anong sistema niya, live and die.
Yeah. Ayun, so ganun din.
I
Yan
mean,
nga.
like I think at the end of the game, towards the end of the game, I just want to talk about the last few big plays. Tama ka, Bray, eh. Parang hindi ko maintindihan bakit tres na tres tong Ateneo. I mean, I get it. We are very strong defensively on the inside. Um, but also, like, very live or die na sila dun eh. During that portion. And although, kinabahan ako. Like, alam mo yun, well, actually, kinabahan ako kasi nag-basketball of this morning. We were up 13-6 and natalo kami pa rin. So, medyo kinabahan ako dun. From personal experience naman yun. But, nonetheless, on their end, I was a little bit worried pa rin about that. But that being said, champions. What a performance. What a performance. Shout out to EJ, Earl, JC, Doy, and Pabs for bringing home the bacon and winning
Not
the fourth
Austria.
state. Oh,
Not not Austria. Bacon,
Ah,
not Austria.
oo. And unfortunately, Doy Dungo got injured earlier. Actually, you know
Yeah.
what? There's a clip. There's a clip, I think, si Smart Sports yata nag-post nito. Everyone was JC makalalag in that clip. Alam mo yung nagsushoot, yung pag nagsuscore, gumaganon si JC. Yeah. Tinataas niya kamay niya. Tapos pag nagsuscore, gumaganon siya. Tapos, so it was really funny. Like it was so enjoyable to watch that. Like just watch him. So enjoyable. But you know what was even funnier was after we won, yung dinumog ng players, si Pabs, si Doy dinumog din eh. Tumakbo din eh. Tapos some mga 3/4 the way, na-realize niya may sprain siya, tapos tumalon, nag-hobble siya bigla.
Uy,
And-
injured pala ako.
Oo.
Ano yun? Adrenaline. Adrenaline.
Oo,
Adrenaline.
adrenaline rush.
Adrenaline
rush.
Adrenaline ng
Talaga.
konti. Adrenaline ng konti si Doy.
Nakalimot lang.
Oo. Pero alam mo yun, like, I genuinely think he kind of forgot he ran and he forgot he had a sprain. Kaya,
Yeah.
3/4 the way, sumakit bigla at tumalon-talon bigla siya. So find that clip.
Bigla niya na-realize eh.
Or alam mo yun, yung biglang may uminit bigla sa paa mo kasi na-sprain ka ng konti. That's another thing. So anyway, that closes out the season from a 3x3 standpoint. Flawless performance by the Green Archers there, and that's something we should celebrate. And of course, look forward.
naman.
And bring momentum coming into the next season. Brian, you want to say something?
Yeah, of course. Unfortunately, we won't break this down too much. So we'll move on to the next topic. But I'll also mention that our women's team finished 5th in their tournament. Sad to say. Konti, parang I think they got beat out. One game in the race for Final Four where anything could have happened. So, yun. And may nag-5th place din yung men's volleyball team natin, which leads us to this next topic, I guess, Gio.
Yeah. So, of course, the last topic for today, and we'll probably not spend too much time on it, because, well, technically, they were also our last opponents. So whatever we said during the last preview, the last episode, probably still stands. And I think, but more than that, I think as a podcast, we were very respectful to, kasi we don't know we don't know if we were gonna play Adamson, we don't know if we were gonna play UST, and we didn't know if we're gonna play NU. And I want to say this on the record. I had an office mate who approached me the other day and said, Gio, tingin mo sino mananalo? Like, sino tingin mo kakalabanin nila sa lista kasi to eh. Sabi ko, alam mo, I don't know eh. Like, between those three teams, I have a worry for each of those three teams.
Yeah.
Diba? Si UST sobrang kontrapelo natin. And in fact, bar the 10-1 run by NU in the last game, that could have gone into a 5th set. And we could easily be playing UST on Wednesday. And I worry so much about UST because it's not just kontrapelo natin sila. Their crowd is also plays a big factor into that day. Then you have Adamson with Nitura and a solid core who brought us to 5 sets twice, diba? Two times nila dahil sa 5
once,
sets.
pero
Once.
yung isa,
4 sets. 4 sets yung isa.
parang pakaba din.
Oo. So it's parang alam mo yun, there's so many things happening there. And of course, NU, who we had to beat, had a very difficult time beating during the last game of the elimination round. So alam mo yun, I had no intention of picking opponents there, but now we play NU. And guys, what do you think? We've had a relatively long break. The team, I'm sure, will try to make this break a positive for them, not a negative. And I'm sure they've done that already. And I'm sure they've learned from that already. Quick review lang between the game between NU and DLSU.
Sige Vic, I think mas napanood mo yung NU UST kasi I was out. But before you say something about what you saw sa NU, just to parang follow up on what Gia was saying dun sa not picking anything. Parang sa akin, at that point, last week, we didn't say who we predict na kalaban natin.
Yeah.
Pero ayoko UST. As in, ayoko talaga UST. Hindi dahil sa ayoko lang sila. I mean, sa mga nakikinig sa podcast, they probably know my respectful dislike of USD sa sports. Pero parang yun nga, for the reasons you said, they know how to beat Lasal and delikado rin yung ganong teams na dumaan sa gauntlet. And then parang yung Green Archers nung season 88 basketball, diba? Parang dumaan
Yes.
sa butas ng karayom and
Yep.
time momentum is on their side and hindi naman malayo yung quality ng Lasal na Lady Spikers sa Growling Tigers. Buti sana kung medyo may golf eh. Ito parang ang hirap i-distinguish yung golf eh. Kaya sabi ko, delikado tayo. Kaya nung hindi UST yung kalaban, sabi ko, okay, mahirap pa din, pero at least mas mas prepared siguro yung team against NU. I mean, I don't want to curse the team, pero parang sa personal preference ko, parang sa at least in the USD, maybe the crowd would be for us at least. And then let's see how the game pans out. How about you, Vic, yung game nila, eto na no Saturday? I think you got to see it more than I did.
I think I'll start then, Bry. Same reasons as yours. If I were to pick between the two, I'd choose NU. Kasi nga, I don't una if had UST won last Saturday, imagine mo yung kumpiyansa nila nun, if ever. Kasi nanggaling silang step playoff kung sino yung magna number 4 and then another playoff with Adamson and if they beat NU yesterday, 'di ba? Imagine mo yung confidence booster nun na sobrang ganda ng momentum nila entering the finals. That's why yun yung ano ko, if manalo si USA, I really think na ibang klase yung madadalang kumpiyansa nun sa kanila. It will really make them a dangerous opponent sa finals. That's why uh when I was watching it with my mom, ah sabi ko, ma, ano na ako, parang mas okay sa akin tong NU. I mean, hindi naman sa sinasabi natin na it's not because of the degree of difficulty. Make no mistake, both NU and UST are very, very, very good teams. But ako yun lang talaga yung crowd factor. NU as a crowd, but I think they still lack the tradition na merong alumni din na nanonood along with the current student population, unlike kay UST na they have this tradition already na alam mo yun, pag nag-go, stay, pag nag-cheer silang ganun, it's really nakakakilabot and it will really have an effect on their team. So, kaya sabi ko at least ano na rin siya. It's I think for me it's better to manage NU, but match wise I think NU showed yesterday yung mental toughness nila kasi yung lahat ng tatlong sets that they won, second to fourth sets, lahat yun comeback eh. Kasi UST could have easily pulled it off nung especially second and third kasi parang I think UST always reaches first ng 23 or 24. And then NU all of a sudden closes it out. Kasi yung second and third set para siyang 26-24 eh. So I think NU showed their mental toughness. Kasi nung fourth set, if I recall it correctly, UST still up 18-13. And then NU just made a brutal run to claim the playoff and earn the right to face us in the final. So it really showed yung mental fortitude ni NU pagdating sa mga ganong pressure pack situations. But again, I think I mentioned this already on one of our previous episodes eh. When we faced them no second round last match to earn the sweep, for me I think that's the best form NU could play. I'm not too sure kung meron pa silang itataas sa ganong level. Unlike sa atin na we really played differently that match, but we were still able to pull off the win. Yun yung ano dun eh. I think that's hindi naman scary, but it's something that we can look forward to. In the sense na ganyan na nga yung nilaro natin. I mean, sobrang ganda na ng laro ni NU, binigay na nila lahat. We were not playing on our best and yet we still won. So, alam mo yun, with with the current coaching staff, especially si Coach Ramil nandyan, he will he will be overconfident in such a way na, oh, pangit, di nga maganda ni laro natin. We were able to beat NU. I don't think ganun pa rin yung magiging mantra, but more of an approach where we can be better than this. Meron pang igaganda yung laro natin, yung level ng laro natin from the match, yung pang 14th match natin ng elimination round, parang we can still do better than that. And for me, dun ako na-excite. And that's what I am looking forward to on Wednesday. How do we look pagdating ng game 1 ng finals? Kasi I really expect adjustments from how we played nung last match ng elimination round. So, let's see ano yung mga pakulo, ano yung mga adjustments nila ano doon Coach Ramil on Wednesday, and then yun nga, let's see kung meron pa talagang kasi from our perspective may itataas pa yung laro na yan, and let's see how NU on the other hand kung meron pa rin ba talaga silang left in the tank na i-adjust nila from that wonderful performance nung match 14, yung match 14 ng elimination round.
All right. And Brian, maybe enough some final thoughts on your end on this.
Well, not really from my end, pero babalik ko na lang yung tanong para makapagbigay ka din ng insights, Gio. So, habang nagsasalita si Vic, may naisip din akong question eh. So, di ba matagal na wala yung team? So, the question is, nakatulong ba siya in the sense na we didn't play our best nung NU 14th game of the elimination round? So parang mas okay ba na dahil naging pangit, I mean, hindi naman pangit, pero hindi yun yung ideal scenario for the team. And then they come off a long layoff. Do you think it's a benefit? Or parang nakikitaan mo ba siya ng ganun? Or is it parang sayang hindi agad nakabawi dun sa next game na parang it could have been closer? What are your thoughts there? Siguro Gio, and then after you, Civic.
Yeah, I think my thought process right now on that is parang at this point, it's a little bit, it's hard to say medyo speculative siya at this point Meaning, it could go either way But here's the thing I'm fairly certain of, is that win or lose, hahanap-hanapan yan ng mali. And hahanap-hanapin yan ng mali ni Coach Ramil as to, and that is what he will use as the fuel during this
Definitely.
layoff. Oo, during this
Definitely.
layoff. So, bale, if we wanted resets, hahanap pa rin niya ng mali. Alam mo yon? Kasi he could be speculative and say, okay, we wanted resets. But that's also because NU played really bad. Then, let's watch the next few games. Uy, ang galing ng libero ng setter ni NU ngayon. How do we prepare for that? He will think that's on his mind. And I'm sure that's what's on the team's mind as well. So, my view is, I think the preparation wouldn't be that drastically different regardless of how we won or how we lost the game. Parang it's a good talking point among fans. But
Yeah.
but I
Agree.
mean, like as a first and foremost, as a Lasal support podcast, let's we also wanna give the benefit of the doubt to the coaches, and for sure they are extremely prepared for this. And siguro for those who are listening to us for the first time, or at least who've just tuned into us during the volleyball season, this is a fairly common stance our podcast takes. Like, bihira natin itirahin yung free throws ng men's basketball players natin. And we supported the team. So, we're just fairly consistent. Okay, so that's probably my take on it.
Yeah. Good
Al-
good way to think that. Ikaw, Vic, wala ka na idadagdag doon, no? As in, yun na yun.
Hindi,
Or,
pati ano yun nga eh. I think nabanggit ko na rin to on our previous episodes na I think we have ano na eh, I think we can reach out probably to the paano to, PVL teams just to paano to keep us sharp. Parang mas marami ngayon eh compared nung the last time na nag-sweep
ay,
tayo na
nagbabawasan na sila ngayon.
yeah, pero still may ka pa rin. There are still teams that you can contact for tune-up matches to keep you warm and hindi ka manlamig. Unlike the last time na nag-sweep tayo, halos medyo ang hirap humanap ng makakalaban nun eh. So, at least right now, maraming ways para mag-prepare ka in case na you need to wait for how many matches or games before you know your finals opponent. So, kaya I think hindi naman ako kabado and I trust our team to do what's best for them to para pagdating ng Wednesday hindi mo kang kalawang. Kumbaga we won't be able to see any traces of rust pagdating sa Wednesday.
Yeah, that's good. Ako, just to add a really short one here, is just I hope the long rest allowed the girls to recover and at the same time make themselves feel more excited to step on the court again. Kasi baka na-miss din nila maglaro sa ganyang atmosphere. That game against NU for the neutrals, it was fun. Maybe for partisans, medyo nervous siya, but I mean, it's a spectacle, diba? So, I think the players, maybe when they step on the court, instead of kaba or yung takot magkamali, baka they'll look forward to this occasion. Not
Yeah.
every team gets to the finals. Tayo medyo expected yung Lasal to be in the finals but it's
Spoiled
never
tayo
a guarantee, diba? And it's never a guarantee as we learned no season 86. Diba? So,
Spoiled tayo
yun na siya. It's a pleasure but also it's pressure packed. So I think
Yeah.
the players can just embrace that moment kasi yun nga, not everyone gets the opportunity to make it to this point. So yeah, I hope the girls will channel that and make them enjoy the occasion on Wednesday and the weekend too.
Yeah, and of course, that being said, Brian, like when it comes to another time to step up to the occasion, this episode is brought to you
Yon.
by Ibarra Watches.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time. If you need to check the time, check your Ibarra watch. Like like a lot of
Fergie
times-
time.
Yeah, like
Pag
alam mo yun?
Fergie time, kailangan mo tumigin eh.
Like I heard the kids nowadays like they like offline things na yung uso ngayon eh, 'di ba? So why don't you get an offline watch?
Tama.
Nibara
Basta they
timepiece.
know how to tell the time, ha? Kasi I also heard
kasi-
some kids don't know how to tell the time already.
Yeah, they cannot read daw yung mga analog watches na ngayon. I think I read that somewhere. They don't know how to read those analog clocks anymore. Mas na sila sa mga digital format.
Teka lang
ng
guys,
clock.
wag natin sirain yung sponsor natin, okay? Teka.
Diba?
so ano,
I mean, no. We naman eh. I think we are lang naman na
Bibigyan nga sila para matutunan.
people should know how to read the
Okay.
analog
And
clock.
that's the
Oo.
best way to
Naman yan.
know. That's the best way to know. Kung di mo pa rin alam,
Yep.
pabili ka na ng
Oo.
Ibarra watches.
Yan.
Oo,
Buy one so that you would know how to read one.
para mapilitan kayong matuto paano magano. But
Yeah,
but
It's so beautiful. Those watches are very very beautiful to appreciate how to read analog clocks.
correct. All right. So yeah, every timepiece you buy supports the DLSAA Athletic Scholarship Fund. So elegant, timeless, and rooted in animo. That's Ibarra. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys, for this episode. And
Yep.
we've talked quite extensively over the last 40 minutes on this, and we're quite excited as well to play against NU this coming Wednesday. So
Yep.
so if you can support the team. The game 1 is in MOA Arena,
Yep.
and I think game 2 is also gonna be in MOA
Yes.
Arena.
5 p.m. is
uh,
the time. So definitely
yeah.
no dinners. No early dinners.
So we have a double MOA Arena games coming up for the team. Okay, I guess that's about it for the Quiver podcast for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our pages, and of course, as we always say, animo lasal.
Lasal, ano mo,
Salamat.
lasal, ano mo.